Okay, so now we're going to look at how to do some of the skills that you need to be able to do the Bootstrap assignment, and then ultimately also be able to do Bootstrap analyses on your project. So we're going to start again with the StrepSifter dataset, and we go to phylogeny. So let's do neighbor joining or distance Bootstrap values first. So go to the neighbor joining. Again, I don't remember what the parameters are. Let's assume these are okay. And now we're going to use the test of phylogeny tab. So we go to here, Bootstrap method. I think 50 is the lowest number you can do. And in the assignment, I think I have you do 50, 500, 5,000. So let's just do this real quick. So we'll do 50. And you get a certain set of Bootstrap values. Remember to always root your trees. And so it's essentially saying right here a 94% Bootstrap value, or 94% confidence that StrepSifter ought to be united with the flies, right? If we do another Bootstrap value analysis, but this time with 500, so you just increase this to 500, okay. And now you get, I got to root it first again. And now we get a 90%. So I had 94 at 50, and now I've got 90 when I did 500. And then let's do the last one as well, a 5,000. Neighbor joining. This one's going to take a little bit longer, right? Although I've got 6 cores on my computer running these analyses, so it's dividing the job up in 6 ways to do it faster, so it doesn't take that long. And now I'm done. I need to root the tree. And now I get an 89 value. So what does that mean? Why? I mean, is it always going to go down? Well, not necessarily. Remember that if you do a smaller statistical number of replicates, it's possible that you might have sampled and maybe when I did the 50, maybe it would have been down at 85 instead of at 94. The point is, when you do less replicates, you're probably going to have a little bit bigger error, margin of error. But the more replicates you do, up to 5,000, you're probably getting really, really close to probably what is if we could call it the true Bootstrap value. Or, if you could imagine doing infinite number of replicates, then that would be the essential, the true Bootstrap value. And so the more replicates you do, you get to that kind of true Bootstrap value, which is a better reflection of the support that you ought to, or how confident you ought to be in the relationship of that node, right, of StrepSifter sister to flies. So it's probably more around 90, 89 is probably a better thing. 94 was probably a little high, but that was the risk that you run when you only do 50 Bootstrap replicates, is you may get an overinflated Bootstrap value, but you also could have easily gotten an underinflated Bootstrap value. It could have been easily 85. So these numbers can fluctuate a little bit, but as you do more and more replicates, you get closer and closer to what is probably the true value. So you have to decide, is 5,000 enough, or do you need to do 50,000 or whatever? And so that's the thought experiment that you have to run. Realize that for likelihood, you probably won't. I only have you do 50 just because if you try to do 5,000 likelihood replicates, you'll be waiting a long time. So think about that as you go through the assignment. It's the same thing when you do it for parsimony. You come here, you click on the test of phylogeny. The only method is Bootstrap, and then you can choose the way that you're going to do it.